is for the Excuse Buster Show, where we bust through what gets in your way of feeling how you want to feel and living the life you want to live. I'm Lizzy Williamson, and if the idea of more wellness and wonder in your world sounds good to you, then you want to stay tuned, because these two gorgeous women next to me have built rocking careers in both and have now come together to co-found a retreat called Nurture You, which looks insanely incredible. It's all about challenging your way of thinking with new big ideas to uplift you and elevate your business, all while being amongst like-minded individuals. Along with other things, Sarah Roocroft is the creator of Wide for Wonder, Libby Babet amongst many other things. She's the host of Channel 10's The Biggest Loser. Thank you for meeting up with me at the library.
We've taken you to the library today, but it's not the most beautiful library you've ever seen.
Oh, it's so incredible.
It's really good, isn't it?
So if anyone has watched these guys' video on the Nurture Her website, and there'll be a link up there to go and watch that, you will know how passionate you guys are about inspiring women, helping them find their meaning, their purpose. So what is it that makes you so inspired by it? Why do you think it is that women need what you guys are offering with this Nurture Her retreat?
What a good question.
So many reasons.
So many reasons. I think with like most people, it comes from an own pain point. So being out there creating cool things and then wanting to connect with people and inspire them to be able to get their needs met too. So we're both out there building businesses, having a fabulous time, and then when we came together, we actually found that we would talk about things in a different way, and we would inspire each other to think about our own business problems or personal problems, you know, in a different sort of way. And we'd come away from these little get-togethers, our little girly sleepovers, and our businesses would thrive. And we were like, oh, maybe we should organise a 4-day girls sleepover or 5-day girls sleepover, and actually bring it to you guys as well.
Because you don't get that with all of your friends, do you? And a lot of us crave that. I know I really do.
Well, it's really interesting. We talk about it as helping people to create friend tours or find friend tours. Because you know, you have like your mentors, but sometimes that's a very formal thing that there's a lot of expectation on both sides with it, all that kind of thing. Whereas, and then you've got your friends who they don't want to talk about work when you catch up.
They want to talk about like love and boys and
their kids
and they don't get
how pregnant they are at the moment as I am and all that kind of stuff. Thank you. And so it's like you know, but then you've got those friends who love business, thrive on it, get so excited about catching up over Reddit and talking about business for an hour.
And high five you with every business win that you have, because when you get into that, you know, mumpreneur, whatever you want to call it, entrepreneur sort of space, like those wins are so exciting and you do want to celebrate them, but you don't want to seem like you're like big noting yourself. Well, this is like a safe space for that. In friendship, we're like, let's share our wins, let's lift each other, let's nurture your business and you.
And it's funny, it's about, we always talk about it being like these events. A lot of events you go to and you create connections and you learn things, but we want people to actually create deep relationships and have it be in an experience for long enough for it to actually absorb and for them to create sustainable change that is natural. It's not forced. It's not like I'm doing this program and this course after this structured event. It's like I want to change and I'm gonna, and I was inspired by this and I talked about this with this person. So
And our other thing is it's non-prescriptive, so it's not a particular program that you're going to follow that, you know, you're either winning at it or losing at it. We've created a framework in a beautiful environment with a group of women that we know will connect, and then we're going to let the magic unfold a little bit. And that's more nurturing, right? It's rather than it being sort of controlled. It's like that's how you nurture. You plant some seeds, water them,
with time off to lie on the Fijian beach.
Yeah, exactly.
Because everyone wants to tan if they're going to go to Fiji, right? Is that right?
Nurture is this beautiful word. A lot of us, I would say you would have experienced this as well, a lot of women that you talk to and you meet don't do it enough. Why do you think that is?
I think we were wired in the village to take care of everyone else, and the DNA that we have is still wired that way, but it's time for an upgrade. It's time for us to actually make sure that we attach our masks and love ourselves and look after ourselves, because in this like hyper-connected, crazy world, no one's there to give you that. So you have to give it to yourself and each other, and when we start there, we start to create sustainable change. You know?
Yeah, and I also think on the flip side of that, a lot of people don't actually know how to nurture themselves.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like a lot of the time you get advice from people that is so big that you don't know where to start within your own life, or it's so difficult to implement that you don't know how to create simple change on a daily basis. So something Sarah and I are really passionate about and making sure that every talk, every conversation, out of that comes, I learned this really simple practical thing that I can do tomorrow or this afternoon and continue to do that will create a nurturing environment for me, my body, my mind, whatever.
We thought, like, let's nurture change with this sprinkling of seeds, because those little tiny things make a big difference. Last year I said to Libby, okay, you've looked at my diet, we've spent time together, I've had 2 children, I just have that, like, you know, the mum tum thing happening, like,
but I've got no time.
But I've no time. What's something really small that I could do that's going to create that little snowball of change, you know? And she said, take milk out of your coffee. So in October last year,
it was like 3 or 4 big lattes a day for this one, right?
I like coffee. I'm a mum. I do coffee. Then I do the things. You know, like I do coffee. I do the things. So I took milk out of my coffee, and I started shredding like quite quickly. And then because of that, I then thought, okay, I want to now explore other things. You know, just that simple change created great feelings. So what would another simple change look like? And then Libs encouraged me to do the whole movement thing, and so I was looking at movement instead of exercise classes, which, like, where as a mum do you fit in an exercise class? So I skip around the backyard and I actually play fairies. Like, I put on wings and chase my girls around the garden.
Oh, woman after my own heart.
We just be fairies, and like I'm like, you know, I'm actually exercising. This is amazing. And I'm a fairy.
And so and those things similar to what Sarah encourages with the brain as well. So it's about those little habits and little tiny things that you go, that is so simple, I can do it. And it's easy, and I'm going to try it.
Now you've also got this hashtag skill pill that you've been doing. So what's one of your top skill pills you could share with us?
Well,
we like the high five.
Actually, we can start with that one. Something that we really talked about was start with the high five.
That's what I'm saying.
So I was totally lost there. I was going down a different path. It's so good.
Rabbit hole.
It's a baby brain, guys.
We'll go back to that rabbit. We'll go back to that hole.
High fiving. Well, this is the cool thing about high fives. You know that high fives actually give you a hit of oxytocin, which is the hormone that makes women feel good, feel focused, feel energized. So there's a reason we love high fives. It's not actually corny. It's like, I'm so low energized. Give me a
totally loopy people like. You're getting little rainbows. So we love that one.
I'm just picturing me going past my hubby in the morning, going, high five, look at us, rocking this parenthood thing. And it's something after he's had his coffee.
You can do that's fun. The other one you touched on, which is where I was going before, which is, you know, when a lot of people I come across, I don't know about you, because you're in the same space, like people think exercise is so hard, and exercise means an hour at the gym or 2 hours at the gym, and exercise, that's something they do but I don't do. So we talk about stop talking about exercise if it's not something that's natural to you, and think about creating a movement culture for yourself. So, you know, how can you create movement in your day? And that suddenly is less tough. Is it? Yeah, exactly.
Squats while you're doing the washing up.
Go for a walk around the block. Exactly. Going for a walk around the block at lunchtime. You know, thinking I've been sitting for an hour on this couch, I'm going to get up and stretch. Like, it's creating it's looking at how your life, how you can create a movement culture for your life rather than how you can exercise. Does that make sense?
The cool thing about that is just those little tiny changes also help you overcome guilt. And for me, guilt is one of those horrible things that mums grapple with on an ongoing basis. But the cognitive load of guilt, it's eating power. It's eating power in your brain, and it's eating power in your day. Like, if you can actually do these little things that go, you know what, I have moved today, tick. Not I didn't exercise, I don't have time to exercise, oh my god, I'm going to end up with a mum tum for the rest of my life, blah blah. Whoa, stop, you moved. Tick. Moving on.
High five.
High five.
What about what's a good one for the brain? What was one of your awesome skills for the brain?
Before you say that to us, tell us what wonder means to you.
That's actually a good skill for itself.
Okay, it is a good skill for itself. So my obsession with wonder actually came after having a little bit of a mini stroke, and then finding meditation, and then finding hypnosis, and then finding neuro-linguistic programming, and I curiously kept coming across these really interesting things that the medical community and the spiritual community and the community at large disagreed on. And so what I was finding is within all of this complex information that was out there, I found this wonder zone. And wonder is like this beautiful, curious, wondrous sort of space where if you take an imaginative leap, maybe, just maybe, you can create some sustainable change. So maybe that will work for you, maybe it won't. You know, wonder for me is a mix of curiosity and creativity and innovation. It's experimentation, it's trying new things, and it's being open. You know, that little moment where like a child sees a butterfly for the first time.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like,
it does feel like that when you describe it, the openness, rather than we're so often in this closed, what do we do with this thing?
Yeah. So I kind of get quite obsessed with then wonder. It's very addictive. I'm like, weirder the better. What's something strange that I can pattern disrupt my world with today?
Stranger than the fairy wings around the backyard.
That's not strange.
No,
that's totes norm now. So like actually, like what is something that I can use as a pattern disrupt? And it is like weirder. Like you do keep kind of going weirder. I use tarot cards, you know, to just go like, oh, that's interesting. What does that mean? And then I go and end up with a history book with the history of tarot in the library, reading about it because it's fascinated me. Going for a float. Going to an exercise class I've never been to before. What I've found over like 7 years of wonder is that it's actually allowed me to have a full growth mindset where I am open and willing to try pretty much anything. Pretty much.
And what difference has that made to your life?
It's changed my life entirely because instead of feeling fear, I feel excited and intrigued and curious about things and people and problems and different things. So it enables me to, even from a parenting perspective, get really intrigued around my kids and the why. And the wonder, and I get to stay in this little wonder zone with them. So my girls the other day took 2 tubes of bubbles and emptied them on the floor. And then they were Anna and Elsa ice skating up and down the hallway. And so I went to get a towel to clean it up. Just quietly went to get a towel to clean it up, and I come back and they're both naked, like sliding up and down the hallway. And instead of freaking out about the mess and going into this sort of state of flux, I actually just watched them giggle their heads off. And I had this beautiful moment of joy. And when people say, oh, it goes so fast, don't miss it, oh, all this sort of stuff, I don't feel that because I'm not missing it. So that's wonder.
Is this rubbed off on you? Maybe because the wellness is rubbed off here.
Most certainly it has. I think that's one of the best things that says Spreadsheet with me has done. Well, actually, that's a really good point. You know, for me, I had 12, 13 years of infertility before I could get pregnant, and it's really interesting because something Sarah really inspired in me was, you know, don't give up. There are all these little ways you can change your own mind and kind of direct your own body, and so she'd do things like, you know, she'd come visit me and drop me these little, you know, love crystals that I'd put by my bed, and you gave me like a little it was a little like pair of shoes or something that you put by you said put these by your bed and, like, you know, imagine your child coming to you and all these little things, and you know, eventually I think that was a big part of what worked. Actually, it's been in that state of, you know, visualizing change, and so she has always encouraged me to keep an open mindset about all this kind of stuff, and I think we've always been that person together who's gone, don't accept that, you can do this, try this, you know, and maybe me for the body and her for the mind. So it's kind of cool.
So back to your little thing.
My little thing around wonder. Today you're going to do something strange.
Something weird.
Something strange. Something weird. Something that you think's a bit weird. Something that when I actually suggest it to you, you kind of go, am I really going to do that?
Do I have to do that?
And then you're going to do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 that Libby does.
So this is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and this is what I talk about. Like, I love countdowns. I don't know why, but they help you to really inspire you to do.
I think your mum probably was like, right, 5, 4, 3.
Trainer, dancer, we all love the countdown.
I know, right? But I always think, you know, if you're lying in bed and you're a snoozer, just like sit there, snooze, and just go, I'm just gonna, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm just gonna do it. And just do it. And so for your weird thing today, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just go and get it done.
Do it.
Dive in. Because really, the first time you ever went to an exercise class, you were petrified. Says like, I just am going to look terrible doing this. And
I'm very unco. I have double jointed knees. I look like a drunk baby giraffe when I do most things. Like most things, just walking down the street, you know, let alone like trying to do some sort of synchronistic move, like directed thing. And I was like, oh my goodness. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just do it. And the joy, the endorphins, the experience of just actually just doing it, like not overthinking it, just getting into action around it. It was extraordinary. So your weird thing might be having a coffee without milk. or walking a different way to work, or buying that dress or putting on that outfit that you don't normally see yourself in, and just trying it and like actually paying attention to your mindset while you're wearing that, doing that, eating that. And instead of being freaked out by, oh my god, this feels so weird, I hate it, actually go, wow, that's really super interesting.
Yeah.
And just stay in a little wonder moment with yourself with that, because you will learn a lot about yourself in that experience.
Yeah. So you learn a lot about yourself. It helps with fear. So many good reasons to do these.
To be the wonder addict.
Yeah. Wonder and wellness addicts.
I know,
right here.
Perfect combination, right? And both of those things help you do the other things so much better.
Yes.
You know, if you're healthy and well, as you know, it feeds into your business life, your family life, your own sense of self. If you have an open, curious mind, it feeds into every area, all those areas as well.
Better parents, better
Plus
leaders, better business people. You're willing to try things like, you know, skipping or bar or a negotia class.
Or a new business.
Yes.
You know, like it doesn't have to be a small thing either. It can be these little shifts that help you to actually step into a whole new world that is bigger and scarier, but ultimately more rewarding.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be at Nurture Her some like mind explosions.
Yeah.
All these little things. It's like, whoa, like the possibilities.
Yeah.
Do you find, lastly, that do we think a bit small, do you think?
Yeah.
A lot of the time?
I think we do, and I think we hold ourselves back as well, and we don't allow our minds to actually wonder or wander. You know, we don't let ourselves play enough. You know, I'm obsessed with float tanks and walking, like because there are two things that you can do, and just let yourself imagine, let yourself dream big, really put it out there. Where could that go if you let it? And doing that is just a phenomenally beautiful thing to do, and we've let ourselves do that with Nurture Her. We've gone
what could we do? What are we doing that we could do bigger or more?
We're having a movie night on the beach. 250 women, girls' night.
Yeah. How good is that?
Wow. And you got the movie yet?
Yeah, we can't tell you. That's a surprise.
That's actually part of the big surprise.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've also got some.
We can't tell you.
You've also got great speakers.
Amazing.
Incredible speakers. And this is the cool thing, you know. The speakers we've attracted have been huge. Like, you know, we've obviously got Jean Alice, incredible business mind.
Yeah.
We've got Rahaf, who was digital media manager for Barack Obama when he won his campaign. Like, people that have just gone, I want to nurture women.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, wow.
Ariana Huffington's sister.
Ariana Huffington's sister. She's written amazing things, incredibly
people.
different.
And we want that. Like, we don't want the same, like, 10 business coaches. No thanks. Like, you know, it needs to be people that do create wonder, blow your mind. And even for the fitness side of things, it's not just Libby yelling at you to kind of work hard. We've also got like one of the top barefoot instructors in the world coming to show you how to move your feet on grass and sand and feel that grounding. So it's going to be pretty special.
Anyway, can we go now?
I really want to. It's got it. I keep getting. I was like getting hot, and now I'm holding it.
So hopefully you can get yourself to Nurture Her. But first of all, remember today you're going to do something a bit weird. Find your wonder, those little moments of wonder, and those little moments of wellness as well. You know, you've got so many great things. What are we doing now?
Wiggle, like
wiggle movement and wiggle, fairy wings.
Yes, fairy wings. The baby's doing it in the stomach at this particular moment too. That's good. Joining in.
And never forget that it really is these little things that do add up to make a big difference because you actually do them. The milk thing in your coffee. Who would have thought? We often wait for these big answers and solutions to come along.
Like it has to be a whole diet
overhaul. This like 20-week program. Just milk. Bye-bye.
Just small things, and it might be different for every person.
Yeah, absolutely. It's finding your little thing. Now, these incredible women have got to go back upstairs to get back on their whiteboard and come up with some insane things they're going to do for those lucky 250 women. Nurture Her. So we'll let them go, and a massive, massive thank you.
Thank you
guys. Head to nurtureher.com. The link will be all there for you to check this out. Connect with these guys on Instagram and Facebook, wherever you do all your connecting. All those links will be there as well. And thank you so very much for being here with us and for taking that time. Oxygen mask. Prioritizing you.
Important.
The village is going to be okay.
You've got this. You need to be alright.
You need to be alright.